Yes, yes, yes. What's going on, people? Welcome back to the Arsenal agenda. In this episode, I'm going to be previewing or talking about some of the interesting things I found on social media this week. This is Friday the 10th that I'm recording, obviously, but it's going to be released Saturday or Sunday. I don't know when, but it's when I'm recording. But in this time, Arsenal has lost to Southampton in the FA Cup quarterfinals, but beat Sporting Lisbon 1-0 in the Champions League quarterfinals. But I'm here to react to some of the things that I found interesting online, some of the agenda that I found interesting online. So I'm going to be playing clips from Arteta all the way to the legend theory on to Jesus's some clips from Jesus's interview with Rio Ferdinand, as well as some reacting to some pictures or some stats that I saw on social media as well. Please do us a favor, press the like button, subscribe if you've been watching, or if you're new to the channel, please do that as well. And let's keep this going. Give us your thoughts in the comment section below. I would have preferred to stream this, but streaming sometimes take a while. So I'm recording for now, but trust me, I'll be streaming this podcast very soon as well. So let's go from the beginning. Let's start from Mikel Arteta's reaction to Arsenal's loss. There are multiple because they do multiple post-match interviews and there's multiple clips that goes on social media. But let's look at one of the things that he said after Arsenal lost the FA Cup quarterfinals to Southampton. And then we'll react to it. Right, so here it is. Let's do it this way. Yeah, I prefer to do it this way. Let me be big, let him be small. I'm joking. But yeah. Yeah, here we go.
I'm not going to do that at all. I'm going to defend them more than my players. When what they've done for 9 months, what am I going to do now? Criticize them because we lost a game here in the manner that they tried. And the way they are putting the bodies through everything, some of them that probably they didn't even have to be here today. I'm not going to do that at all. I'm going to defend them more than ever. If someone has to take responsibility, that's me. And we have the most beautiful period of the season ahead of us. And now is a moment. In the season, you always have moments, normally 2 or 3. This is the first moment that we have with certain level of difficulty. We're going to say difficulty when we're going to play the Champions League quarterfinals and the runner for the league. If it's this a difficult period, I believe that there are many other ones that are much more difficult. So stand up, make yourself accountable, and deliver like we've been doing all season.
Right. So there's so many things to unpack there, first of all. So many things to unpack. I remember that after that game, I was livid. I was furious. I was not one of those that just packed it to one side and say, it was the league anyway. Because start of the season, I didn't think Arsenal were going to be in pole position to win end of last season. Not start of the season. Start of the season, I predicted Arsenal to win the Premier League. But end of last season, I didn't think Arsenal was going to be in pole position in the Premier League. I wanted Arsenal to win 2 trophies, FA Cup and Carabao Cup, preferably, or Premier League and any other trophy, or Champions League and any other trophy. But I wanted 2 trophies from the end of last season because we've had 3 seasons back to back where we'll finish second. And obviously, you can't go again another season without winning anything. So Arsenal were knocked out of the Carabao Cup the weekend before the FA Cup quarterfinals. So people were expecting a response because of international break in between, like a 2 weeks period break. Lots of Arsenal players were pulled out of their competitions, the international competitions, to come and be ready for the Southampton game, and only for us to lose in the manner that we did. The performance was not there. But I didn't mind the reaction, even though I think there's some falseness or falsehood in that statement, in his statement. First things first, it is not the first difficult period we've had all season. That's not true. That is not true at all. Yes, we've lost 2 big cup competitions, but there are different times in the Premier League where we should have taken the lead in the Premier League, like extended our gap and we didn't. There are times where we've had like 3 draws back to back to back. There are times we've had losses. But this is not the first period. Maybe in his mind, this is the first difficult period, or he's trying to minimize the other ones, but I doubt that it was. Second of all, he said there are players that were meant to play, that were not meant to play, but were there, and he takes responsibility for that. Obviously, we agree to that. Whether you like Arteta or whether you don't like Arteta, the fact remains that he usually tends to play players out that are injured, which is not cool because Madueke was not fit. He played. Calafiori was not really fit. I think he played. No, MLS. It was MLS in the Carabao in the FA Cup quarterfinals, right? Zubimendi was not fit. He played. Rice was at home, right? Yes, he takes full responsibility, but he needs to do better. He needs to rotate and trust the squad more. And they use the word, then there's a beautiful part of the season. No, this is the tail end of the season. There's nothing beautiful about this part. It's all about winning and winning and winning. But we did not win those cup competitions. We are out of them. And we faced Sporting Lisbon and the Sporting Lisbon, and the team reacted, which is cool. But there's another video that I would like to play because this was also a video that was done before the Lisbon game. And it's how a lot of rival fans were reacting. How they were reacting to Arsenal getting out of cup competitions. And what this guy said here is fact. So this is a TikTok clip. Bear with me, I'm trying to share this while I talk. This is a TikTok clip that echoes our sentiment that it seems that people are saying, making it seem as if Arsenal are the only team in all of Europe's elite football that are struggling to keep up with competitions. This one I will make the video slightly bigger. Okay, I'll make it bigger so that we can see that. Is this better? Maybe this version is better. Let's do this one. Okay, let's go.
In the Champions League, Inter
from the beginning.
Arsenal are 9 points clear and only in the Champions League. Barcelona are 7 points clear and only in the Champions League. Inter are 7 points clear and only in one domestic cup. PSG are 4 points clear and only in the Champions League. Bayern Munich are 9 points clear and the only team in the world in the big 5 leagues who are still in every competition they possibly could be in. But the only fan base that's getting trolled is Arsenal. And the only fan base that is panicking is Arsenal. We need to fix up. Arsenal.
Right, what the guy said there is facts, right? A lot of teams that are competing for top trophies have lost. Even last season when Liverpool won the Premier League, they were out of the they were knocked out of the Carabao Cup final by Newcastle. They were knocked out of the FA Cup by Plymouth. Right? They were knocked out by Plymouth. But people are making it seem that Arsenal are the only team that has done that. We're still in the Champions League. It's a very big competition. Now can technically say we are 1 foot in the semi-final of the Champions League, but rival fans will make it seem as if Arsenal have nothing to play for, you know? But on the other hand, I don't blame fans that are panicking because under Mikel Arteta, we've had a history of getting knocked out of cups and people saying bigger fish to fry. And then at the end of the season, there was nothing that was fried. So I can get why fans are panicking. But we should still keep the faith because we are in a better position than we are in the previous seasons. Even though Arsenal has a lot of injuries, we are still coping because we have a bigger squad than that Arteta trusts than the previous seasons. So things are going better this season than previous. So let Arsenal fans keep the faith. But my own challenge, my own problem with the Arsenal squad right now has been that it's been Arsenal's creativity, especially with this style of play. Last season, creativity was a problem. This season, creativity has also been a problem. Because once upon a time, Saka was our creative outlet, but Saka has not really been playing well in this season and the tail end of last season, and we have struggled. You can notice that from the way that our attackers have played, like even their goal contributions, the level of the number of assists as well. Their GA, that's the stats. Their GA stats has not been that great. And Thierry Henry also has a similar concern, right? I'm not saying that what I'm thinking is what Thierry Henry is thinking, but great mind thinks alike. Think alike, as they say. I would like to think I have a great mind. I'm Dr. Toth. Yeah. I'm joking. But yeah, let's hear what Henry had to say about the struggle and the creativity. You know, because it's probably going to cost us. No, not. We hope it doesn't cost us towards the tail end of the season. It's Henry, so let's make it slightly bigger. Yeah, we
Arsenal, yeah, we know already. Strong as a team, solid, and we already know set pieces, it is an advantage. I know a lot of people are crying about that. It's part of the game, and we are pretty good at it. But then, if that doesn't work at the top, then I don't think we are creating enough at times to be able to hurt teams. And that might be an issue. Arsenal, yeah, we know already.
Yes, so you heard it from the horse's mouth himself. This might be an issue. We are not creating enough to hurt teams. And we have 7 games remaining to go towards the end of the season. And a lot of our forward players are injured. Saka is injured. Jesus, not really on form. Odegaard is not on form. Eze is injured, even though he's coming back very, very soon, but it's not really on form. Havertz he plays in the midfield sometimes, he's not on form. Martinelli, nothing to write him about. Trossard, not really on form. Gabriel Jesus, not really on form. But we need these guys. We need these guys, man, to step up. The good thing about Eze is that you can come up with goals from anywhere. But he has only scored 6 goals in the Premier League this season. 5 of them against Tottenham, and the 6th, 7 goals, I think, because he scored against Everton as well, right? So 7 goals, 5 against Tottenham, 1 against Everton, I think, and another one against Crystal Palace. That is not good enough. Saka has scored 6 goals in this season in Premier League. I think another 2 in the Champions League. Gyokeres has, I think, 11 goals in the Premier League. Trossard 5. The numbers are not good. And you see the way that we play, if we're not scoring from set pieces or taking shots from outside the box, it's quite difficult because Arsenal players tend to shoot straight down the middle, straight towards the keeper. And that is quite concerning. If they're not, if they don't shoot straight at the keeper, they will pass when they're not supposed to pass, or put the ball over the bar when they're not supposed to do that. So this tail end of the season, I hope that Arteta makes some changes. There have been some breaks in between. So hopefully they are doing some shooting practices. Hope they are doing some not just team bonding exercises to keep the spirit high and calm down the nerves of the players, but also doing things to make sure that creativity is up and we can create more chances from open play. We can take more shots from outside the box. Gyokeres is good with that. Eze has shown that he's good at that. Rice has shown that he's good at that. Zubimendi has shown that he's good at that. Even Nogard, when he was at Brentford, was good at that. So let him release the players some more. When we're playing against low blocks and they're defending against Saka as they normally do, or defending against Trossard, or defending against Martinelli, let's take more long-range shots. Because some of the goals that Raya has considered this season is from long range, because Arsenal were defensively solid. And a lot of teams in the Premier League are also defensively solid. So we should try to take more shots from long range. And one of the players that we are hoping will step up in this period is Gabriel Jesus. And let's hear what Gabriel Jesus had to say when in his interview with Rio Ferdinand, when he was asked if he was confident that Arsenal can win the league. We'll play the video, and as you know already, I'm going to react to it. While I'm doing that, please do us a favor, press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or you've been watching and yet to do so. So this is Gabriel Jesus with Rio Ferdinand.
How confident are you that Arsenal will be lifting the Premier League trophy this season?
Very confident. Very confident because we are in a good place, and then we have amazing squad. Not only like who play a lot of games, but score. Like me, like obviously the last few games I haven't been playing a lot, but still I know myself, and then I know Mikel knows this. I can sub on, and then I can decide a game, or I can play one game and then I still can decide again. With me, it's the same with Leo, it's the same with Bukayo, it's the same with Noni, it's the same with Martinelli. So Vic, Kai, I'm saying about the attacking players.
Yeah.
So it's good if you see our attacking players. It's amazing.
Yeah, you
it's
have big, long depth, big depth in your squad.
So it's good. So I believe 100% that this season we are doing something.
How confident?
Sorry about that. I also believe that this season we are doing something, but I don't believe that we are going to be doing things because of our forward players. Jesus is saying, I know myself, I know I can score goals, but he has only scored 2 Premier League goals this season and 1 goal in the Champions League. Is this the person that we're going to be calling on or depending on to come and score goals? They say he can score whether as a sub or not. How many goals has he scored as a sub in the Premier League? It's also not on form, but then he's talking as if he has scored like 11 goals so far this season. He needs to do some proper self-reflection. He's talking about Trossard. Trossard has only scored 5 goals in the Premier League, and that 5 goals was at the start of the season. He's not scored. I'm sure he has not scored in like 10 or 15 Premier League games. I've not checked, but it's that bad. He called Noni Madueke. Noni Madueke has only scored 2 goals in the Premier League. I think 1 against Wolves, or Brentford, one of them, that reverse header, and 1 from a set piece. 2. Bukayo Saka has scored 6 Premier League goals, but he has not scored in like 10 games. Right? Arsenal will do something, but it's not because of the attackers, to be in spite of the attackers. I'm hoping Gyokeres can step up because it's our only attacker that seems to be fit and seems to try to shoot. We need creativity, people. We need creativity at this tail end of the season, and we hope that something happens, something magical happens. Eze steps up. People were saying this is time of the season where Eze usually steps up. Hopefully he does. He's back from injury. Hopefully he plays either against Bournemouth or against Manchester City and he performs. Hopefully Rice performs. Hopefully Zubimendi performs. Hopefully we start scoring set pieces again in the Premier League because we've not done that in a while either. But you guys let me know what you think in the comment section. I have about 3 more. This one is pictures or tweets to react to, and then we'll take it from there. And then we'll run up the show, really. Let's stop sharing that. 3 more clips or pictures to react to. So this one, the first of the 3, is by Sergio Aguero. I'm going to read out the tweet because you probably will not be able to see it properly. So this is by a tweet from Arsenal Radar, and it's talking about Sergio Aguero on Arsenal style of play. He asked, what does boring football even mean? I don't think it's boring for their fans when their team is at the top of the table. Saying they are boring because they often score from set pieces minimizes their style of play. Maybe it's not fun for fans of other teams, but I can understand that. But I don't think that should determine who neutral fans want to win the title. And I agree. I think all Arsenal fans agree. You can play boring football as much as you want, but if we win the league, nobody cares. Right? Nobody cares. People 10, 15 years down the line will only say, who won the 25-26 season? Arsenal. Who scored the most set pieces? Arsenal. That's all that matters. At this point in time, We just have to endure the pain, enjoy the pain, endure the pain of the style of play, and hopefully it's something beautiful happens, as Mikel Arteta puts it. Okay, and the next tweet is talking about is by Touchline. This one is an interesting one. The Touchline on X. Exclusive. There is growing frustration. Again, let me bring me closer because it's not that big enough. Exclusive. There is growing frustration within Arsenal following their FA Cup exit to Southampton. They consider it unacceptable to be knocked out by a club from the EFL Championship. Now, what this tweet doesn't tell us is who within Arsenal. Is it the fans? Is it the board? Is it the management staff? Is it the players? Who? It does not say. And then the next paragraph is Arsenal believe it has shown a lot of patience with Mikel Arteta and still sees him as the right manager for the project. But now they want titles immediately. Okay, this one is a lot of contradictory bullcrap. Okay, Arsenal believe it has shown a lot of patience with Mikel Arteta and still sees him as the right manager for the project. But now they want titles immediately. So the same as the right manager, they have shown him a lot of patience. So it doesn't make sense. If they believe he's the manager, surely they want to keep him for longer. We've seen rumors that they are negotiating a new contract with Mikel Arteta already. They're not waiting to see whether he wins the league or not. That's not what is happening. They are negotiating the contract from now. And the last paragraph says, if Arsenal fail to win either the Premier League or the Champions League this season, it could potentially be Arteta's last season at the club. Where is the source? Where is the source? Okay, the Touchline. Where is the source? You said they've shown him a lot of patience. They think that Mikel Arteta they still say him. Who is the they? Same as the right manager for the project. But if he fails to win Premier League or Champions League, it could be his last season for the club. How are you getting this information? Surely an offer of a contract contradicts everything. If the rumors are to be true, contradicts everything this person is saying. The Touchline. Again, this is definitely an agenda, and I'm not going to read too much into it. The final thing I'm going to react to is this piece of information by Sky Sports, right? Arsenal Premier League seasons under Mikel Arteta. 2019 2020, his first half season at the club. He played 20 games, got 33 points. We finished 8th. 2020 2021, full season, he got 61 points, finished 8th. The next season, finished 5th with 69 points. The season after that, 2022-2023, we competed for the league. He finished with 84 points, finished 2nd. Season after that, finished 2nd with 89 points. Everything so far was improvement. And then last season, 2024-2025, he finished with 74 points, finishing 2nd. And this season so far, with 31 games, is currently 1st with 70 points, right? I think we'll still be on course to go over 80 points this season if we end up winning the league. So there's been progress so far apart from last season, and I'm hoping that the season ends the way that we hope it does. It ends with Arsenal winning the Premier League. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please press the like button. This has been the Arsenal Agenda. I'm your guy, Dr. Toves. Come on, you Gunners. The league is ours. Let's do it and celebrate in May. Catch you in the next video. Peace, people. Peace.
Psst, psst. Oi. Subscribe. Press subscribe. Thank you.